Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with my audio or the video, please do let me know. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I hope that I'm audible, guys. If there's any issues with my audio or the video, please do let me know. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I hope that I'm audible to everybody. Please do let me know, guys. Everything is fine. That's perfect. Great. Amazing, guys. Amazing. So up till yesterday, we have completed NumPy, and from today onwards, we'll be starting off with machine learning as well as some extra topics as well. So the attendance link is there in the yesterday's video. People, 1,700 people have already filled up the attendance link. If you can't find the attendance link in the yesterday's video, that means that you haven't attended the entire session. Okay. Hello guys, good evening, good evening. I'm just waiting for everyone to join up till that point of time. If you guys have any questions or any queries, please do let me know. If you guys have any questions or any queries, please do let me know, guys. What about pandas? Yes, weren't you present in yesterday's video? I told that we'll be doing it alongside the project itself. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. I'm just waiting for everyone to join. So up till that point of time, if you guys have any questions, please do let me know, guys. Today, what we are going to do is very simple. Yeah. So today what we are going to do is extremely simple, guys. We are going to start off with understanding machine learning right now. Okay. Um, and along with that, we are going to continue understanding about what are the different career opportunities in data science and how can you prepare for them as well. So these are the two things that we will be doing off today. Okay. Aditi, if you have attended the entire session, I will not be answering this again. So, if you have attended the entire session, you would know where the attendance link is and how to fill it up. We have already completed that. Okay. Okay. Please take DSA bootcamp. We have thought about it. Okay. Maybe around the end of July, we will have some boot camps on data structures and algorithms as well. Okay. Again, I will not be answering this question again. If you guys were present in yesterday's class for the entire time, you would know where the attendance is. I'm not a fool when I'm saying this, that I've already shared the attendance link in yesterday's class, as well as almost 1,800 students are not fools that they have already filled up yesterday's attendance as well. If that's the case, I will just show it to you guys as well if you don't believe me. as you are able to see, day 5 attendance link, almost 1670 people have already filled it up. That means that I've already shared the link in the yesterday's class. Those who are not present in the yesterday's class, or those who skipped yesterday's class itself, won't be able to find it. Thank you so much, Anshika, for confirming that it was shared. Sure, Pandey, we will be taking up a DSA bootcamp in the future as well. But yeah, I wasn't enrolled for this bootcamp, but if I go through all the past lectures, will I be able to get the certificates? Try to do it. Okay. If the attendance links are still open, then yes, you will get the certificates as well. Don't worry about it. Shall we start off with our today's class, guys? Please do let me know. Shall we start off with our today's class? Please do let me know, guys. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do today is it would be very simple, guys. Today we are going to start off with understanding about machine learning, understanding about artificial intelligence, deep learning. We'll also be able to try to understand what are the different pathways, what are the different things that you can become inside of like what is the data scientist, what is the data analyst, what are the different things that you need to study to become a data scientist and an analyst. So all those roadmaps as well, we will be discussing it today. Okay, so let's get started right away with our today's class. Okay, so now you need to understand what. So can you guys let me open up the live chat right now on my phone? Let me just open up the live chat on my phone so that I am able to see your chats as well. Okay, so can you guys let me know what do you understand by the term artificial intelligence or AI? What do you understand by that? Don't do a Google search or something like that. Don't do that. Okay. Don't do a Google search. Just think about it. If I'm telling you artificial intelligence, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Okay, let me know. What is the first thing that comes to your mind, guys? Okay, so somebody's telling robot, somebody's telling automation, come to learn by itself. Okay, making machine things as human. Okay, applying algorithm to develop some devices, non-biological intelligence, Amazon, Google, Alexa Assistant, Google, replication of human reasoning and learning, man-made. Okay, so there are various different things that you are able to think of. Um, Now you must have learned, like, listened about these terms like AI or artificial intelligence, ML or machine learning, DL or deep learning, DS or data science. So all these terms you have heard about it at various different points of time, and usually these terms are used interchangeably as well. Okay, so people don't know the exact meaning, the exact property of when to use the term AI, what is the exact meaning of AI, what is the exact meaning of machine learning, and so on and so forth. So let's try to first understand that. Okay, artificial intelligence is a branch of science. Okay, artificial intelligence is a branch of science that deals with developing different algorithms. Okay, it's a branch of science that deals with developing different algorithms that can provide or that can appear to be intelligent on its own. Okay, can appear to be intelligent on its own. So basically, just like you are having physics, that you have heard about, that you have learned about, similarly AI is also a branch of science. Okay, AI is also a branch of science And these terms that you listen to, as for example machine learning or deep learning or computer vision or natural language processing, or you are having your data science, all that are subdivisions, all that are subdivision or subfields of artificial intelligence, the subfields of artificial intelligence. Similarly, like you are having in physics, you are having optics, mechanics, fluid dynamics, electronics, and so on and so forth. Just like in physics, you are having various different subfields. Similarly, artificial intelligence is the umbrella. Artificial intelligence is the branch of science, and it has various different subfields like machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, NLP, data science, all these kind of stuff. Now, artificial intelligence, although it looks like a very hyper word or something like that, it usually refers to various different algorithms that are present in computer science. It may be derived from statistics, it may be derived from game theory, it may be derived from probability, it may be derived from neurology or other fields of science as well. But AI basically refers to these algorithms at the end of the day. So it's more about the mathematics that is going behind it. Okay, now when does AI came into being? So from a very, very, very long time ago, there has been a obsession of creating something that is human-like, to become God at the end of the day. So that obsession of scientists to be able to just create something that is as close to human as possible, as close to the cognitions of humans as possible, that basically brought up the field of artificial intelligence. And slowly over the span of time, the definition and the reason of AI to exist and to continuously learn and to develop has changed from just creating something that is exactly like a human being to creating something that is intelligent enough to be able to assist human beings as well. Okay, are you able to understand what is the core conscience of artificial intelligence? Are you able to understand that, guys? Please let me know. Are you able to understand the core conscience behind AI or artificial intelligence? Great. Now we need to understand these subdomains, these subtopics that come under AI. Okay. For example, what is machine learning? What is deep learning? What is computer vision, NLP, data science? What are these terms? Okay. This is what we need to understand. The artificial intelligence is something like, it is just an algorithm. Okay, so for example, there's a min-max theory, okay, or a min-max algorithm that is present. Okay, so that is nothing else but a mathematical formula, mathematical algorithm that is present. It's not fancy. It's not something that you will be like, okay, so it's like creating a robot and having its very own like consciousness and everything like that. No, artificial intelligence is very simple. It starts out like breadth first search, depth first search, searching algorithms. That is also a part of AI. Okay, that is also one of the parts of AI. Yes, it has various different terms that you are able to see: machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, NLP, data science also included in it. But artificial intelligence is just mathematical algorithms. Okay, so let's try to understand each of these algorithms as well. Let's try to understand machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, and all those. So let's get started, guys. The first thing that we need to understand is machine learning. Now, what do you like? If I'm writing machine learning, ML, or machine learning, what is that? You are able to infer from the name itself, giving the capability to a machine, to a computer, to be able to learn from its experiences, okay, is called as machine learning. The ability to be given to a particular computer or a particular machine to be able to learn from its experience is basically machine learning. Now think about it in such a way. Think about it as the machine as a small child. Think about the machine as a small child. Now this particular, I know that this does not look like a child, but just assume that I've drawn a child itself. Okay, so right over here, any child that you are having at any point of time, you need to understand that that child in itself learns from experience. Nobody knows everything from the start. When you are born, you look at a fire, you will touch a fire, okay, and you will feel the heat and your hands burning, you will feel pain. So that you have learned from the experience of touching a fire that you shouldn't be touching a fire. So that is something that you have learned from that experience itself. You look at A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you learn it. You process that data. You will do that every single day. You will write that every single day. You will pronounce that every single day. And that is how you are able to learn stuff as you grow. Similar to that is the machine as well. Similar to that is the machine as well. Now you are having some data. You are having some data right over here. This data you need to give to the machine, which has the machine learning algorithm, which helps the machine to understand the data, to gain inference from the data, to make assumptions from the data itself that okay, I shouldn't be touching fire, to be able to learn from the data. And then once it has learned from the data, it is able to do something. And that is what machine learning is. That is what machine learning is. It's not just about predicting the future. For example, one of the use cases of machine learning is that you are having your ham and your spam emails. Now, what do you mean by ham emails? Not spam emails are basically. Do you guys know what is spam email? Do you guys understand what is spam emails? Please let me know. Do you know what is a spam email, guys? Please let me know, guys. Spam emails is basically those emails like you have won $100 million or some promotions or something like that, like some fake emails that nobody has sent it to you. These are just used for promotion. So those are basically classified as your spam emails. Okay, those are basically classified as your spam emails. Now, no, you don't want spam emails at the end of the day. You want normal emails. A friend has sent you an email, or you have got an email from your college itself. So those emails, those useful emails are called as ham emails. Okay, so the spam emails are there. And then you are having the ham emails. The good emails are called as ham emails. Okay, so now you get these type of emails in your email, like whatever email that you're using every single day. How is your email, how is Google able to categorize whether a email is a spam email or an email is a ham email? So what happens is, so Google has created a machine learning algorithm. Google has created a machine learning algorithm. So this is the machine learning algorithm. It collects a lot of, okay, it collects a lot of different data. Okay, for example, it has 10,000 spam emails and 10,000 ham emails. Okay, it has 10,000 spam emails and 10,000 ham emails. It will feed both the emails to the machine learning algorithm, giving it the time to understand the algorithm itself, to find out patterns in the emails, to basically classify an email as spam or ham. Now, if I'm giving this to you guys, how would you proceed with this? If I'm giving the same task of classifying an email as a spam or a ham, how would you do that without any machine learning? So you would start reading the spam emails. Okay, you'll start reading the spam emails. You will try to understand that, okay, sometimes the emails contains words like win, lottery, okay, for you, one, okay, million. Okay, these type of words are very repeated in your spam emails that you were able to find. Okay, so you will start underlining these words, you will start to make a dictionary of these words, you will start to make a list of these words itself, that okay, you are having win, lottery, for you, won, million. These are something that occurs again and again and again in these spam emails. And then you will do that, okay, any new email that is coming to you, any new email that you don't know that whether it is a spam email or a ham email, you will search for these words in that email. Okay, you will search for these words in that email at the end of the day. If these words exist in that email, you will classify them as spam or you will classify them as ham. Okay, this is what you would do normally. But this is a very lengthy process. You cannot go to 10,000 spam emails and 10,000 ham emails on your own. Secondly, some of the like words that exist in the spam emails or the ham emails would be very different. Maybe if in one particular article there are some combination of words, there's some combination of words that exist, in that case as well you should classify it as spam email. You would not be able to do that because you have to learn through 10,000 emails and it becomes very difficult for you to recognize these patterns. That is where a machine learning model comes into being. The machine learning model easily goes through the 20,000 emails and find out the different patterns that exist in those emails at the end of the day. And then learning those patterns itself, it is able to make some assumptions. It is able to make some assumptions at the end of the day. And okay, if these type of things happen in the email, then it should be spam. If these words exist in the email, so it should be ham. It may even start looking at the emails of the people who have sent it. If the email is something that is not recognizable, it should be a spam email, and so on and so forth. So the machine learning model is able to make out these branches of assumptions and hypotheses, which it uses as a rule set to basically classify any new email as a spam or a ham email. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Okay, similarly, so machine learning is not just used now, even though there are branches of AI, that is machine learning, computer vision, natural language processing, data science, everything is very mixed up, everything is very blurred out. Okay, so there are currently 16 to 18 different machine learning models. Okay, there are 16 to 18 different algorithms or 16 to 18 different machine learning models that exist. Okay, and one of the types of machine learning model is deep learning. So deep learning is not a subfield of AI, rather it's a sub branch of machine learning itself. Okay, it's one of the algorithms of machine learning. So deep learning is one of the algorithms of machine learning. Now what happened was, deep learning as an algorithm, I will explain it to you guys as well. Deep learning was as an algorithm was made back in 1950s. Okay, back in 1950s itself. Like I said, at that point of time, the main concern, the main aim of the entire scientific community, or the social community that was learning about AI, wanted to recreate the human consciousness, the human intelligence itself. Now, what part of your body makes you intelligent? Can somebody let me know what organ or what part of your body makes you intelligent? Can somebody let me know, guys? What part of your body or what organ makes you intelligent? That's absolutely clever, guys. It's the brain. Okay, so they thought that, okay, brain makes us intelligent, so let's try to create an artificial brain. Let's try to model the brain as an algorithm itself. Let's try to model the brain as an algorithm itself. Now, brain is made up of neurons. Okay, brain is made up of neurons. You have already studied this in your biology class as well. So they created an artificial neuron, a mathematical formula for how a neuron functions. But the issue with that was that the computational power that was there at that point of time, the CPUs, the GPUs, the memories that was there at that point of time weren't able to utilize this algorithm to its maximum, weren't able to utilize this deep learning algorithm to its maximum. So the progress with deep learning was very slow up till the year 2000s, where the computational power catched up to the algorithms that had been made. Okay, to the algorithms that have been made. Okay, so right now the phones that you're currently using has so much computational power that it is faster than the supercomputers that were there at 1950s. They're able to see that how fast we have grown in the computational power section, and now we are able to leverage, now we are able to understand, now we are able to use the deep learning models very frequently and very easily as of this particular moment, and the progress with that is very fast. Like I said, all these fields are very interrelated to each other. So in computer vision, you will be using machine learning and deep learning. In NLP, you will be using machine learning, deep learning at the end of the day. In data science as well, this will be possible. For example, what is computer vision? The ability to given to a computer to be able to understand and perceive the area around it is called as computer vision. To be able to understand and perceive the area around it is called as a computer vision. The practical applications for this is basically your Google Lens, maybe your smart cars. So that will include your Tesla, that will include your autonomous cars and all those kind of stuff. Maybe in a particular production line, you are having, like, let's say you're making some products at the end of the day. Now to separate out the bad quality products or separate out the defective products by looking at a particular camera itself. So camera would be able to identify that this is a defective product and move it out of the production line itself. So these are the places where you use computer vision. Now computer vision again has its very own algorithms as well as its uses machine learning and deep learning inside of it as well. The next is natural language processing. We have seen natural language processing such as basically give the ability to be given to a computer to be able to understand the natural language of humans. Okay, that is how we talk. The computer should be able to understand that. So basically your chatbots, your Siri, Google, Alexa, all these are basically the products of NLP. Again, NLP has its very own concepts and it uses a blend of machine learning and deep learning as well inside of it. Similar to that, you have a combination of computer vision and NLP. For example, when you use your Google Lens, to basically look at a particular text and convert it from one language to another. So how many of you have used Google Lens for translations? Have you guys used Google Lens for translations? Please let me know, guys. Have you guys used Google Lens for translations? Please let me know, guys. So what happens right over there is you are having some text written in some other language. Let's say it's written in Chinese. So you will just take your phone, you will open Google Lens, you will take Google Lens on top of that particular text itself. It will scan that text using computer vision and it will then take that text out. It will understand that text using computer vision itself. So this is written in Chinese. Now that text will then be translated to English using NLP. So it uses NLP in the background to translate it to English. Then again that English sentence that is then used to replace the Chinese text on your screen using again computer vision. So this is an example where you are using a combination of computer vision and NLP together to be able to do some practical stuff in the industry. Okay, the next is data science. Okay, so data science is it's a branch of science. Again, it's also a branch of science where you are basically using data. Okay, you're trying to understand data and bring out inferences from data using various different tools, whether it be machine learning, deep learning, data wrangling, data processing, anything that you are able to use to be able to understand data. That is a subfield of data science. Okay, now for example, Netflix recommendation systems. You are having so much data. Everybody is watching one 1 season, 2 season, 3 episodes every single day of various different things, 4 movies, 5 movies, and Netflix has a user base of 200 million users. 200 million users who are watching content on a daily basis. So what content did they like, what content did they didn't like, and to be able to process that data, such huge data, and to be able to provide inferences from that, that okay, this is a recommendation for you, this is what you should watch next at as of end of the day. That is basically the subfield where data science is used, where you are using data to be able to understand and give inferences to the people at the end of the day. Okay, again, it uses machine learning, deep learning, and other tools and technologies in the background to be able to do that. Okay, are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know, guys. You guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know, guys. Great. Now we need to understand that machine learning is of 3 different categories. Okay, let's start with four different categories. So machine learning has 4 different categories as of this particular point of time. The first one is your supervised learning. The second one is your unsupervised learning. The third one is your semi-supervised learning. And the last one is your reinforcement learning. Okay, so let's try to understand this as of this particular moment. Okay, so these are some of the algorithms, some of the categories of algorithms that are there inside of machine learning, and let's try to understand it. Okay, so supervised learning algorithm. So what do you mean by supervision? What do you understand by the English term, not related to machine learning, not related to computer science? What do you understand by the English term supervised or supervision? What are you able to understand, guys? Can somebody let me know? Can somebody let me know what do you understand by the term supervised or supervision? Okay, under guidance, mentorship, under watch, under the guidance of assistance. Okay, watch over, teacher teaches the student. Okay, label data again, so no, trainer is included. Okay, where humans are involved. Okay, so you're able to see guidance, or we have to continuously monitor something, and that is what is supervised. Okay, so what is supervised machine learning algorithms, guys? So what happens in these type of algorithms is you have data, and this data is called as a labeled data. So what do you mean by a labeled data? You are having some data that is an email. Okay, this is an email, this is an email body, and you are having the label to that. What do you mean by label in English, guys? Can you let me know what do you mean by label in normal English? What do you mean by label? Label in normal English. I don't want to hear about machine learning. I don't want to hear about computer science. We don't want to go directly there. We want to understand what do you mean by label in normal English. Can somebody let me know? Marked, heading, marked, sticker. Okay, tag is a good example. Okay, name. Okay, you can think of it as name as well, identity, predefined tag. So let's consider tag. Okay, some identity that you have put up with that particular item. So that is a label. So this is an email body. This is the data. This is the data. This is the email body itself, and then there's a tag associated with this. There's a label associated with this, that this email, this data is basically a spam email. This data is a spam email. So now the data set that you are having, now the data that you are having at the end of the day, it's a list of different emails. It's a list of the body of different emails at the end of the day. And each of these emails have already been categorized for you. That, okay, this particular email is a spam email. This particular email is a ham email. This particular email is a spam email, and so on and so forth. So that is called as a labeled data. That is called as a labeled data. Now what happens right over here is, let's try to understand it in such a way. Okay, let's take up a good example to be able to understand this. So many of you must have used guides in your school time. Okay, have you guys used guides in your school time? The guides were like books that contained a lot of questions and answers inside of them. Have you guys used guides in your school time, guys? Please let me know, which had a lot of questions and answers inside of them. Great, amazing, guys, amazing. So these type of digests or these type of guides that you had, which had like a thousand of questions and thousands of answers inside of them. Let's try to take that as an example. Okay, so what happens is we are having a guide. This guide is, let's say, 400 pages long. Okay, so let's say that it has 400 question and answers. Okay, this guide contains 400 questions and answers. Okay, now what you're going to do is you are having a student. Okay, this is your student right over here. You're having a student, and this student needs to prepare for a particular test. This particular student needs to prepare for a particular test. So what should be his or her preparation strategy? What should be his or her preparation strategy? So first of all, what you will be doing is you will first need to tell the student to learn. Okay, he will have to learn at the end of the day. So out of these 400 question and answers, I will take out 50 question and answers. I will take out 50 question and answers randomly, and I will not give it to the student. The rest of the 350 question and answers, 350 question and answers, questions as well as the answers, I will provide it to the student to learn. I will provide it to the student to learn. Now the student will be using these 350 questions and answers, go through the questions, go through the answers and learn them. Okay, go through the questions and go through the answers to learn them. Okay, so that he is able to understand everything. Now the first question that pops in our mind is, what is this student? Okay, what are these type of students themselves? Now there will be different kinds of students that will exist. There will be one student, when you provide him with the 350 questions as well as answers, he will just go through them. Okay, it's just like, okay, we'll just flip through the pages. He won't even read anything, and he'll just close the book and keep it aside. Do you think this type of student will be able to perform well in the test? Do you think this type of student who just not even reads it, just like goes through the entire 350 question and answers, will he be able to do good inside the test itself? Okay, no. So that is our first type of student. Okay, that is a first type of student itself who will just go through this stuff. Okay, that is called as an underfitted student. It is called as an underfitted student. A student who just goes through the stuff. He hasn't learned anything. He hasn't read anything. That particular student is called as an underfitted student, because he is not fit to give the exam. If he gives the exam, he will score very badly because he does not have the right knowledge. Because he does not have the right knowledge. Now there is a second kind of student who goes through that particular 350 question and answer. How many of you have seen Three Idiots? How many of you have seen Three Idiots, guys? Three Idiots, the movie. How many of you have seen the Three Idiots movies? Can somebody let me know? So many of you have seen Three Idiots as a movie as well. It's an Indian movie. It's a great movie. If somebody hasn't seen it, you should definitely check it out. Okay. Now in that there was one character called as Chatur Ramalingam. Okay, there was one character called as Chatur Ramalingam. Now the problem with that particular character was that he learned everything. He memorized everything. He never learned anything. He never tried to gain knowledge. He never tried to understand anything. This is the question, then this is the exact answer that I will give it to you guys. If I'm changing even the number in that question, I won't be able to give you an answer. I can only give you the answer for the exact question that I have learned. Nothing else, nothing more than that, nothing less than that. Okay, so that is a overfitted student. That is an overfitted student that can only, so what he has done is, when he did get the 350 questions and answers, when he did get the 350 questions and answers, he just looked at that questions, he memorized that question, and he memorized the answer. He didn't even learn it. He didn't even learn it. If I'm changing the number from the question as well, he will give me the wrong answer because he has not learned anything. He has just memorized everything. Okay, so that is an overfitted student. That is an overfitted student. Okay, and then there was a normal, student. That student went through the 350 questions and answers. He tried to learn it. He tried to understand those questions and answers. He didn't try to memorize it. He didn't try to leave any questions out. He tried to understand as many questions as possible. So that is a good student. Okay, that is a good student right over here. So how do you think will an overfitted student perform on the test? How do you think will an overfitted student perform on the test, guys? How do you think an overfitted student will perform on the test? Can somebody let me know? He will be able to perform average. He won't be able to do great because if the question is not from the guidebook, then he will fail miserably. Okay, if that particular question is not from the guidebook, he will not be able to answer, so he will get direct 0 in that particular question. Only if that question is from these 350 question and answers, only then he will be able to answer them. So he will be able to be performed to average itself. Whereas a good student who tried to understand everything that he learned, he will be able to perform well. A good student who tried to understand, who tried to gain his knowledge as much as possible, he will be able to perform the best that is possible. Now, how to find out whether the student has memorized everything, whether the student has not even studied at all, or whether the student has done it properly. Okay, so what we can do is we can provide this 50 question and answers that we have taken out from the book from the start itself. So these 50 question and answers the student hasn't seen. This 50 question and answers the student hasn't seen as of this particular point of time. Okay, so the question and answers that you are able to see right over here, the student hasn't seen that as of this particular point of time. So what you can do is you can take out these questions, take out these 50 questions right over here, just the questions, and make out a fake test. Okay, you can create a fake test using only those 50 questions. You don't have the answers right over there. The answers, you're keeping it a secret. You're taking these 50 questions, providing it to the student before the original test, and you're able to check from right over there what is the marks that he's able to score on those 50 questions, because you know the answers to that 50 questions. You know the answers to that 50 questions. You have taken out these 50 questions from these 50 questions and answers. So you have the answer key for those 50 questions. You are now testing the student. You are validating the student itself before the test, before the main test. You are validating the student before the main test. If you are able to find out that the student has overfitted the entire thing or underfitted the entire test, then in that particular case, you will tell the student to go through the entire 350 question and answers once again, to go through all those 350 question and answers once again. Okay, now a good question that somebody has asked is that what if all the questions are from the guide? Blue Spire, you need to understand that in the real world, when you are having data, it is just not possible that all the data will be from the guidebook, will be from the data set itself. The data set may have like 4 million users data itself, but there are almost 100 million users who are going to use your product at the end of the day. So it cannot, okay, your data in the environment, your data in a practical environment will never be from the data set, because okay, that's great, Michael, data is dynamic. It constantly changes with time, with geography, with location, with ambience, with mood. Every single thing varies data. Even temperature can vary data as well. So that is the main thing that you need to understand. Now, this example that you saw right over here, this 350 questions which the student is learning, this is called as training the student. It's called as training the student. Taking out this 50 question and answers to take up a fake test from the student is called as testing the student itself. You're testing the student or validating the student before going to the final exam, before going to the real world example. And here the student itself is your machine learning algorithm. Your student itself is your machine learning algorithm, and these 350 question and answers are your labeled data sets. Okay, these 350 questions and 50 question and answers are your labeled data set, and this is how you are able to understand supervised machine learning algorithm in less than 15 minutes. This is how you are able to understand supervised machine learning algorithm. Everything that you need to understand supervised machine learning algorithm is less than 15 minutes. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Exactly, just like you are having two different students who learn different things from the same guidebook, is the same thing with machines as well. Every machine will learn in its very own manner. Okay, that's why I'm giving you the example of student, because it is the best example to be able to understand the topic of supervised machine learning models. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Amazing, guys, amazing. Okay, so the next thing that you need to understand is unsupervised. So why this is called supervised? So let's talk about that. Why this is called as supervised machine learning algorithm? Because the data that you were able to see, the data that you were able to see was labeled. The data that you were able to see was labeled. You are having the data and the label associated with that data from the start itself. So somebody, some human had to sit and go through the data to label it first of all, and that is the reason it is called as supervised, because there is some human interaction that is needed. There is some human assistance that is needed to create the label data itself. Because the data that is coming to you, the database that you're going to use, the data set that you're going to use is a labeled data itself. That is, you're having the data and the label associated with the data. Some human had to sit and go through the data and put labels on each and every data. So that is where there's some human involvement involved, and that is why it is called as supervised machine learning algorithm. That's why it is called as supervised machine learning algorithm. Let's move on to the next topic, that is unsupervised machine learning algorithm. As you're able to understand from the word itself, you don't require the need of a human being. You don't require a need of a human being in unsupervised machine learning algorithms. So you just have the data. You just have the data. You have no clue, no idea. If that you have no labels associated with that data. You don't have any labels associated with that data. You take this data in, you feed this data inside a machine learning, unsupervised machine learning model, and that gives you the answers that you were looking forward to. Okay, now that is basically your unsupervised machine learning model. Just like in supervised machine learning model, you are having the example of ham and spam emails. Okay, the unsupervised machine learning models is basically used. So one of the areas where it is used is for anomaly detection. Okay, to find out any anomalies in the system. Maybe you are a computer network engineer, or you are a cyber security expert, so you are having these networks that are there. Okay, these networks, what are the people who are currently pinging your servers and who are accessing your data and all those kind of stuff. So you will need an unsupervised machine learning algorithm that will take this stream of data from the network, that will take this stream of data from the network itself, and if there is any kind of abnormality, in the data itself, it will be able to find that out. Okay, so there are no labels. As soon as there is something abnormal about the data, it will be able to ping that, okay, this is something abnormal, I think so, this particular person is sending some wrong request to your servers, and you need to immediately remove them from the servers themselves. So that is where the unsupervised machine learning models come into place, because you cannot have labels associated with networks, you cannot have labels associated with network data. So cybersecurity engineers, cybersecurity experts use unsupervised machine learning models to basically keep their entire network secure. Again, abnormality detection isn't just used right over there, it is also used in places, for example in aeroplanes. whenever aeroplanes are being made, okay, their models and everything go through a lot of testing, and every single part of the aeroplane that is used goes through a lot of testing. If there is any kind of abnormality present in those tests, unsupervised machine learning models is able to figure that out, because you cannot predict an abnormality. What you know is only that these are normal readings. What you know is these are normal readings as of this particular point of time. Okay, so that is where you use unsupervised machine learning models. Now, another place, so for example, one of the projects that I've worked upon, let me try to find, if I'm able to find the project itself. Give me a second, guys. If I'm able to find those projects, then I will show it to you guys, where I've used unsupervised machine learning model. Give me a second. So the supervised machine learning models, okay, supervised machine learning, these are some of the supervised machine learning algorithms that are there. So k-nearest neighbors, linear regression, logistic regression, support vector machines, decision trees, random forest, neural networks. Okay, similar to that, you are having the unsupervised machine learning models. These are some of the algorithms present right over there. So K means DB scans, hierarchical cluster analysis, one class SVMs, isolation forest, principal component analysis, kernel PCA, local linear embedding, T distributed stochastic neighbor embedding, and FRE. Okay, so these are some of the algorithms that are present inside of your program, okay, inside of your unsupervised machine learning algorithms. So for example, this is one of the visualization algorithms that I had created. So what I had was, I had 30,000 images of random objects. I had 30,000 images of random objects. I don't know what these objects are. I don't know what these objects are. So I fed it into a unsupervised machine learning algorithm. I fed all the images through our unsupervised machine learning algorithms, and this was the output that I received. Okay, this was the output that I received. As you're able to see, it categorized, the unsupervised machine learning model categorized these data. These images weren't even labeled. I don't know what these images contained. Okay, it clustered them together. So this was one of the TSEN visualization semantic clustering algorithm that I used. Okay, so it clustered the images together for me. As you're able to see, all the automobiles were clustered in together. Okay, the trucks were clustered in together, ships were clustered in together, aeroplanes were clustered in together, horses were clustered in together right over here, deers right over here, dogs here, cats here, frogs here, birds here. And as you're able to see on an overall structure level as well, on the left hand side you had automobile, ship, aeroplane, and truck right over here on the left hand side, whereas all the living things that are animals like frog, birds, cat, dogs, house, and deer, it was able to cluster them together on the right hand side. Now, why this is not prevalently used in place of supervised? So why do we always use supervised machine learning models wherever possible? Because as you're able to see, this clustering is not, okay, this clustering is not exactly right. Okay, as you are able to see, the automobile and the trucks are getting interlinked together, are getting like blurred in together as well. Although we are able to get this information, right over here, but this is not something, okay, this is not something that you want to do at all times. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great. Now the next thing that is there is the semi-supervised machine learning algorithms. Okay, the next thing that we have is semi-supervised machine learning algorithms. Now the best example. So now, how many of you have used Google Photos? How many of you have used Google Photos? Do let me know, guys. How many of you have used Google Photos? How many of you have used Google Photos, guys? Please let me know. Unsupervised must have been supervised before to check the credibility of the machine. Does that happen? Unsupervised must have been supervised before to check the credibility of the machine. That happens. So I'm not able to understand the question that you're putting up right over there. So in Google Photos, you have seen many a times at any point of time, it will show you random images. Okay, it will show you random images, and it will ask you, do you know this person? What is the name of this particular person? So right, yeah, this particular person is Shaurya Sinha. Then it will show you 3 or 4 different images, and it will ask you that, are these photos of Shaurya Sinha itself, are these the same person? Okay, have you guys seen that when you have used Google Photos? This happens a lot. Please do let me know. It will show you one image and it will ask you who is this, and then it will show you 4 images where it will ask you that, are these the same people, are these Shaurya Sinha itself? Have you guys seen that? Please let me know. So that is an example of semi-supervised machine learning algorithm. So what Google Photos is actually doing is, it has a lot of images. Okay, it has a lot of images. Let's say that these are the images right over here. It has a lot of images right over here. Now what it does, it will ask you to label. Okay, it will ask you to label some of those images. So for example, it will ask you to label 4 images. That okay, this particular image is of Shaurya. This particular image is of Shaurya. This particular image is of Shaurya. This particular image is of, let's say, Drumil. This particular image is of Drumil. This particular image is of Drumil. This particular image is of Mahi. This particular image is of Mahi. This particular image is of Mahi. So it'll just ask you to label some of the images, not all. It will not ask you. So it is not exactly like a supervised machine learning model where you have to sit and label all the 100 images of Shaurya that you have. Okay, you just have to label 3 images, and then it will also ask you to tell that okay, these are also Shaurya itself. Okay, that is unsupervised. That is, it's not labeled. The rest of the images of Shaurya are not labeled. Similarly, some of the images of Drumil are labeled, the rest are not labeled. Some of the images of Mahi are labeled, the rest are unlabeled. So this is a mixture. This is a mixture of labeled and unlabeled data, and it is able to use that information. It is able to use this entire array of labeled and unlabeled data to be able to produce you clusters. So it will be able to show you all the images of Shaurya that contains this particular face. It will be able to show you all the images of Drumil that contains this particular face, and so on and so forth. And that is the beauty of semi-supervised machine learning algorithms, where there are some images, where there are some items that are labeled and the rest of them are still unlabeled right over there. So your Google images is one of the best examples. Google images is one of the best examples of semi-supervised machine learning algorithms. This is some of the best examples of semi-supervised machine learning algorithms itself. Okay. So semi-supervised machine learning algorithms is usually very less used in the industry. How semi-supervised machine learning algorithms are usually implemented is, you have a supervised machine learning algorithm first of all that basically runs the supervised machine learning algorithm on the images. Okay, and then you are having a layer of another unsupervised machine learning model on top of it. So it's a combination of both supervised and unsupervised machine learning models, and that is how it is able to give you these type of results at the end of the day. Okay, the next one is the reinforcement machine learning model. Okay, the next one is the reinforcement machine learning models. Okay, now reinforcement machine learning models is not something that you need to study. Okay, at any point of time, reinforcement machine learning models, nobody needs to study it. It does not have any jobs right now in India. If you are an Indian, you don't need to study reinforcement learning model. This is just one of the types of machine learning models that are currently used in PhDs. There is a lot of research going on in that particular area itself, but there are no jobs. Again, like I said, there are no jobs currently in that particular field. Okay, but still I will tell you guys, because that is one of the fields of machine learning that I personally love the most. Okay, I personally love the most for my own like development, not for job or something like that. Is basically my own taste at the end of the day. That is your reinforcement learning. Now, reinforcement learning, okay, when your reinforcement learning is basically having treats for the machine learning model. Basically, if the machine learning model is like doing good, you provide it with a treat that, okay, here is a doggy bone, just enjoy. Okay, if it's not doing anything good, then you reinforce the learning by saying that bad machine learning model. So that is the basic concept of reinforcement learning. Let's try to understand that. Think about the machine learning model as a puppy. Okay, why machine reinforcement not in India? Because there are no companies that currently utilize reinforcement learning in their products. That is the reason why. And the research in reinforcement learning in India is very slow, so there are no jobs in India for reinforcement learning. Just think about the reinforcement learning model. Okay, just think about reinforcement learning model as a puppy. So this is my puppy right over here. Okay, yeah, my puppy is just so bad looking that, like, okay. This is the puppy that we are having. Now, whenever you bring a new puppy into your house, just think about it as a reinforcement learning. Or it looks like my puppy had a baby with Pikachu, and that is what he has produced. So you are having this particular puppy right over here that you are going to use for this example, and this particular puppy is your reinforcement learning model. So what happens is, you come back at home, you are having this puppy right over here. You tell the puppy sit. Okay, you tell the puppy a command, sit right over here. The puppy will jump. Okay, or the puppy will roll around. The puppy will walk around. He will do something else. You will tell the puppy bad puppy, or something like that. So the puppy will be like, okay, I'm getting a negative response right now, I don't want that. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm doing what my owner is saying. Again, you will say sit, it will again do something else. You will again say bad puppy. Then again you will say sit. This time the dog sits. This time the puppy sits as of this particular point of time. So you give the puppy some Scooby biscuits. Okay, you give the puppy some Scooby biscuits right over here. Now the only aim in the life of this particular puppy is to get the maximum amount of Scooby biscuits. That's the only. My pen just fell down. Give me a second. That is the only aim in the life of this particular puppy, that I need to get as much Scooby biscuits as possible. Okay, so the puppy creates a hypothesis that every time whatever my owner says, I don't know human language, I don't know what the shit he's saying, but every time he says something that sounds like sit, I need to just sit, or like every time he says anything, I just sit and I will get the Scooby biscuit. Okay, that is the hypothesis that he has created, that anything that my owner says, if I sit on that, then I will get a Scooby biscuit. Okay, so the next time I say to the puppy that, okay, jump. Okay, the next command that I want to teach my puppy is to jump as of this particular point of time. So instead of jumping, the puppy again sits, thinking that if I just sit, I will just give a Scooby biscuit. But this time again he gets a negative feedback. Okay, this time he again gets a negative feedback that, okay, bad dog, something like that. So now the hypothesis has changed for the puppy. Now the new hypothesis to maximize the number of Scooby biscuits is that every time my owner says just sit, only at that particular point of time, if I'm sitting, then I will get the Scooby biscuit. For jump, I have to do something else. Then again, he will try to do 5-6 different things. He will get negative feedback. Then again, he will jump and he will get these Scooby biscuits. He will again create a hypothesis and move further. So now your puppy is your machine learning model. Okay, your puppy is your agent or your machine learning model. The house that the puppy lives in is the environment. You are basically the trainer. The Scooby biscuit is basically the rewards, and saying bad dog is basically the negation of rewards itself. It's basically punishment. Now the only aim in the life of the machine learning model or the agent is to maximize the number of the rewards that it can get as of the end of the day. Okay, now this is very simple. This is a very simple example. Of course, the rewards and everything is basically a machine learning mathematical equation that happens, and this reinforcement reinforcement learning is the stuff that is used in robots like Asimo the robot or Anita the robot and all these type of robots that you are able to see, that you are able to relate to in the daily life, how they are able to walk on their own without any human assistance. All that is possible due to reinforcement learning. Your self-driving cars as well are built using a concept of computer vision as well as reinforcement learning, Monte Carlo algorithms and all these type of algorithms that come into reinforcement learning. And that is why reinforcement learning is so huge as of this particular point of time, but only for research. Right now, if you're doing this and applying for jobs in companies like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, you won't get selected because they don't require this from freshers. This is something that you gain from experience itself. That is the reason why there are no jobs in reinforcement learning. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to, yeah, Asimo the robot from Honda, that's absolutely correct. The Ronto, sorry, the Raont show. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. It becomes very difficult for me. Okay, great. So now that you have learned the basics of machine learning, the basics of AI, I want you guys to understand. So many of you have asked for a roadmap on what should I learn, how should I proceed with getting into a good company as a data scientist or a data analyst. And that is a question that I will be answering right now in the next 30 minutes. Okay. And the answer is very simple. So just do listen to me properly. I will be, whatever I'm saying right now is from a perspective from a third world developing nation, whether it be India, whether it be Africa, whether it be Sri Lanka, whether it be Nepal, whether it be Pakistan, these type of countries itself, I'm taking that into mind and telling you guys the exact process. Now, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a software engineer. I have been working as a data scientist, a data analyst, a full stack engineer, a software engineer, a machine learning engineer in various different companies. So and I have placed almost 4,800 students with an average package of 2.7 lakhs per annum in the field of data science. So I'm the right person to basically guide you guys in this. And whatever I'm saying, okay, this isn't going to be very fancy of what you look at some of the YouTubers and they're like, learn blockchain, learn this, learn that. No, that is not the case. Okay, you have to stick with the basics. You have to learn the basics. You have to learn the algorithms. You have to learn the mathematics. You have to learn practical projects. These are the things that you need to work upon. So what are the different things that you need to work upon and what are the different fields that you can apply forward in data science? That is what I'm going to answer right now. Okay, the first thing that you need to understand is there are various different positions currently in the market. Again, everybody starts with the data as well. So data scientist, a data analyst, a data engineer, 12.7 lakhs per annum, not 2.7, 12.7. Okay. Okay. So now data scientists, data analysts, data engineers, then you are having machine learning engineers, computer vision experts, NLP experts. Okay. Then you are having your software engineers. Along with that, you are having your SDEs as well. You refer to them as SDEs right over here. Okay. So these are the different fields that are present in data science currently. Now you need to understand that big companies just like Microsoft is there, or maybe you are having Goldman Sachs, you are having Google, you are having Amazon, you are having Flipkart, you are having Oracle. So all these different companies, these are big companies as of this particular point of time. These companies will be hiring only data analysts and software development engineers. They won't be hiring freshers. Now I'm talking about freshers. Okay, I'm talking about students who are just graduating from their college or are still in college itself. These are called freshers. They don't have experience. Those people who haven't worked in the industry for at least 1 or 2 years, I refer them to as freshers. If you haven't worked in the industry already as a data analyst or a software development engineer, I refer to them as freshers. If you are still in college, if you just graduated right now, these are the people who I call them as freshers. Okay, so freshers can only get jobs as a data analyst or a software development engineer. Okay, data analyst or a software development engineers. A data scientist should have 1 to 2+ years of experience as a data analyst. Okay, then you get promoted to a data scientist itself. A data engineer, again, a fresher can also be a data engineer. Some of the companies like KPMG and other companies as well are currently hiring data engineers as well. Okay, so you can be a fresher to for a data engineer. So 0 YOE, that is years of experience. 0 YOE for data engineers as well. 0 YOE for SDEs. Now for machine learning engineers, you need to have 1 to 2 years of experience as a data analyst plus 1 to 2 years of experience as a full stack engineer as well. Okay, so you need to have 1 to 2 years of experience as a data analyst and 1 to 2 years as like of experience as a full stack developer as well. Now in computer vision expert and NLP expert, these type of people have like 1 to 2 years of experience as a data analyst beforehand. Okay, so these type of people who are currently doing some job in the industry as a data analyst and their job was in computer vision, they are able to switch to a computer vision expert. So almost every single person who is present right over here will be focusing either on data analyst, data engineer, or on software development engineer, because I don't think so that you guys have 1 to 2 years of experience. So the rest of the topics like data scientist, machine learning engineer, computer vision engineer, or a NLP engineer is not something that you guys need to understand right now. Data analyst, data engineer, and software development engineer, this is something that you need to understand of what are the things that you need to learn for them. For all three of them, the preparation strategy is the exact same. You have to learn the exact same thing for becoming a software engineer or a data analyst or a data engineer as well. Okay. So let us look at that. There are two things that you need to understand, guys. The first is data structures and algorithms plus competitive programming. Okay, data structures and algorithms and competitive programming. Along with that, you need to prepare for data science as well. Okay, data structures and algorithms and competitive programming. Along with that, you need to prepare for data science as well. Now, DSA and CP, you need to do it only in either C++ or Java. No other language, guys. No other language. Only C++ or Java. As a fresher, you don't need to be from a fancy institute. You don't need to be from a computer science background itself. We have got students from mechanical, chemical, electrical, from BSc, MSc, BCA, MCA, even arts and commerce, who got placed as a software development engineer at various different companies. So for example, one of the people who was currently working, one of the students that we had was a maritime engineer. Okay, he was what do you call that, he goes into the ships for like 6 months and all those kind of stuff. So he wasn't even an engineer, he was into maritime and everything. Okay, so that particular person left his job right over there, came to us, he studied the entire data science and full stack program, and then he got job as a software development engineer into Amazon. So it is in, yeah, merchant navy, exactly, merchant navy. So it isn't essential for you guys to be from a software development, because these companies don't care about that. They only care about two things: do you have the right skill set, do you have the right knowledge? Are these two things are you able to provide these two things to the company? If yes, they want you. If no, they don't want shit to do with you. It does not matter. Even if you're from a computer science background, if you don't have these right skill sets, if you don't have the right knowledge, they don't want you. Okay, these are the only two things that they care about. Okay, so right over here, data structures and algorithms and competitive programming. Don't ask me whether we can do it in Python, Java, Go, C Sharp, C, or any other language. You have to choose only between C++ and Java. You have to choose only between C++ and Java. Okay, and for data science, you have to learn it in Python. Okay, you have to learn it in Python itself. Okay, so these are the two languages that you need to choose. That is, I prefer C++ and Python. So C++ for my DSA CP and Python for my data science projects. Okay, but you can choose between C++ and Java for your data structures and algorithms and competitive programming. Now, both of the things you need to do it parallelly. So let us look at what are the different things that you need to learn. Let me just open up the roadmap. So right over here, we have created this entire PPT for you guys. You can also go through the same as well. You need to start off with, of course, data structures and algorithms. So if you're choosing C++, then my preference would be C++, but you can choose between C++ and Java. That's totally up to you. Okay, you have to gain knowledge of different data structures and algorithms that can be implemented and solve an open-ended problem. You need to go through introduction of programming in C++, mathematics, bit manipulation, recursion, arrays, searching, sorting, matrix, hashing, strings, linked list, okay, stacks, queues, dequeues, trees, and BST. Then you're having heap, graph, greedy algorithms, backtracking, dynamic programming, try, segment and binary index trees, and disjoint sets. Okay, all these different things you need to learn. Okay, all these different things you need to learn in data structures and algorithms and C++. Once you have learned that, then you need to go further. So business analyst is nothing else but BDA, okay, or a sales executive itself. Okay, the business analyst is usually a fake name for covering up sales job. So please keep that in mind. Okay, so after that, you need to start off with your data science. So for data science, first of all, you have to learn Python as a programming language. For that, data types and operators in Python, control flow, scripting, object-oriented programming in Python. So all these different things you need to learn. Okay, moving further from there, you need to do some projects as well that basically showcases your skill set in Python. So for example, we teach the secret message project, take a break project, music website project in Python. So all these different things that you will be able to understand from right over here. Moving further, you need to go into statistics. Again, if you want to become a data analyst, a data engineer, or even if you want to go into software engineering as well, okay, data analysis, statistics for data analysis is extremely important. Okay, it is extremely important. So right over here, you are having constructs, populations versus sample, correlations versus causation, hypothesis, experimentation, visualization of data, central tendency, variability, standardizing, normal and sampling distribution, estimation, hypothesis testing, and t-tests right over here. So statistics is extremely important. Statistics is extremely important, guys. Don't forget that. Okay, many people just skip over this. If you want to analyze data, you want to become a data analyst, okay, you need to analyze data. What are data? Data is just numbers itself. So you need to use statistics to be able to analyze the data as well. Okay, you need to use statistics to be able to analyze the data as well. So many of you are asking for the link to this particular PDF. What you can do is you can just go to devtown.in. Okay, you can go to devtown.in. Inside of courses, you will be able to see the data scientist program. There you will be able to see the download syllabus button. There you will be able to see the download syllabus button. You have to click over it right over here and you will be able to see the syllabus. Okay. Once you've completed statistics, for example, we have partnered up with Walmart. So Walmart provides its very own data. So Walmart is one of the hiring partners. So it hires for Flipkart for us. Okay, so Flipkart, I think so, hired a many number of students the previous time. I don't remember which students they hired. Let me just check. So the last batch of students that we got hired from Flipkart, we got 21 students who got placed in Flipkart. Okay, so Walmart, we have a partnership with Walmart. So Walmart provides us with data on which we like help students understand the entire statistics. Okay, what are the different statistical concepts? They use that on the Walmart store sales data itself. Okay, then the next that you need to first start off with is data analysis. Okay, so data analysis process. What is the process exactly? Python tools like NumPy and Pandas. So when you are creating a report, okay, as a data analyst, you will be creating a lot of reports at the very end of the day. Okay, so you need to make sure that you need to know how to plot data, okay, how to make graphs, how to make visual tools that people can use to understand the data as well. So for that, you need to learn Matplotlib and Seaborn. Okay, so we have partnered up with Ola, as Uber, as well as Google. So Google provides us with the Android app market data. As you are able to see, it had not hired many number of students, but it was the highest placement that we got from our end, 60 lakhs per annum. That was what I was offered to 7 students from Google. So again, Uber also provided us with some data, but right now they are not hiring from us as of this particular point of time. But we use the same data set with Ola to make sure that they are hiring from us at the end of the day. So as you're able to see, you need to understand the visualization, how to make graphs, how to understand graphs, how to use different type of graphs to be able to make different kind of people understand what you want to convey to them. Okay, so that is also something that you need to understand. The next thing is SQL. Again, as a data scientist or a data analyst or a data engineer, you need to understand SQLs to the utmost basics, okay, to the most advanced level. So start off with basic SQL join. You need to aggregations, subquery and temporary tables, cleaning data, window functions, advanced joins, performance tuning, accessing database using Pythons, how you are able to access databases directly using Pythons itself. So SQL because SQL is the concept that you will be using in big data as well. So if you have learned SQL, if you have learned machine learning, then you are easily able to understand big data as well. So SQL is extremely important, guys, extremely important. Now, please try to understand that these boot camps, we only teach you 1% of what is needed. We only show you a window that, okay, this is the technology that is existing. You need to learn the 99% on your own. Now, yes, we have the training and internship programs where we are teaching everything right over there, but the boot camps is just a gateway into the technology. You are just like stepping into the technology itself. There's almost a 100-kilometer mile that you have to run after the boot camp on your own. So these are the topics that you would need to learn at that point of time. Right over here, we are partnered up with Amazon, who hired a lot many number of students from us. Amazon hired 9 students from us previously, and they provided us with this particular data, as you're able to see, that is the SQL query IMDb data set by Amazon. So that is what they have provided to us, and this is what we use to teach our students the entire SQL query set as well. Okay, yes, I am the instructor there as well. The next topic that you need to understand is data wrangling. Okay, data wrangling is an extremely important program, guys. Extremely important stuff. Okay, so gathering data, how to gather data from various sources, accessing data, cleaning data. So every data that is coming from you from the real world is not clean. It has various problems. It has various things that you shouldn't be using at any point of time. So all that you need to clean that data. You need to work with tabular data. You need to work with CSV data, Excel data, data from websites, JSON data. Okay, you need to learn about HTML as well as XML, because that is how you are able to derive data from right over there. You need to learn about beautiful script to use beautiful script to scrape the data from the web pages, and how to access data quality, that whether the quality is good enough or not. Okay, whether the quality is good enough or not. Okay, then comes your machine learning. Now you are able to come up to machine learning. If you directly step up to machine learning, learning machine learning is absolutely bullshit if you are not able to do anything before that. If you're not able to do anything before that, learning machine learning is absolutely waste of time. It's crap. Okay, you have to learn everything up till now, so that whatever you are learning in machine learning is of a practical usage to you. There are 16 to 18 different machine learning algorithms that are there. All of them we will be teaching you in the training program, as you're able to see. Now, learning a machine learning model, if you're doing it on your own, so how we do it in the program is, first try to understand the algorithm, try to get the basics of the algorithm right, then try to understand the mathematics behind the algorithm, then implement that algorithm, and whatever mathematics that you have understood of the algorithm, implement that using just Python. Don't use any libraries, don't use anything else, just use Python and the mathematics, the knowledge that you have gained, to be able to implement a simple concept of that particular algorithm itself. Once you have done that, then you use libraries like sklearn. So sklearn is the library for machine learning. You use that on a proper project to be able to understand how to use the algorithm on a project itself. Okay, on a project itself. Now you need to understand that for us, what we suggest, so what we do right now is that you need to take up a new project for every single of these 18 different algorithms, so that you are able to deal with different kinds of data as well. For what we do is, if there are 18 algorithms, and we have 18 different projects that you will be working on, so that you are able to understand that, okay, if this is the kind of data that I'm having, then this is the best algorithm that I need to use. That intuition you are able to develop due to that, and of course you are able to have multiple projects on your resume as well at the end. So like market basket optimization, mall customer segmentation, Facebook ad analytics, 50 startup revenue, predict employee salary. So these are some of the examples of the projects that you can do it on your own. Okay. The next is deep learning. Deep learning has 6 different algorithms under its belt: artificial neural nets, convolutional neural nets, recurrent neural networks. Okay, then you are having autoencoders and GANs. Okay, natural language processing right over here that you can use. Okay, see, even if you're not joining, so this is not a promotion, if you're not joining a training and internship program, use this syllabus as your reference material. You can Google every single thing and then you can learn it. Okay, so this syllabus we have made it in such a way that if you're following this syllabus on your own as well, it will take you a lot of time, I know that, but you will be able to completely learn every single thing. And this has been made not by us, it has been given to us by different companies. So different companies have requested us that okay, this should be included in the program, this should be included in the program. So this is not something that is coming from a YouTuber, this is coming directly from the industry itself. Use this syllabus to learn, use this syllabus as a bible to learn and move further from right over here. Okay, so like work on projects like wine quality test, Emojify, then you are having Jarvis, create a Jarvis on your own, use natural language translators, YouTube sentiment analysis, music generation, and all these different type of things. So there are a lot of different technologies that you need to master before you are able to apply as a data analyst or a data engineer or even as a software engineer as well. And see, you have to do this. There's no other option. So we have students in our first year who completed the program and directly went into internships with different companies. They then went into the jobs as well. So like, it's not something that I'm saying. You can even look at the DevTown website. You will be able to see our graduates right over there. So we have placed students in Microsoft, we have state students in Gap, Accenture, Google, Amazon, Samsung, Jio, Flipkart, Oracle, Walmart, Deutsche Bank, Barclays. So, and all of them were not from CS backgrounds. These were people, normal students. The only thing that is required is hard work. If you're not able to put up your hard work at the end of the day, nobody can help you out after that. Not even us can help you out after that. Okay, you have to do it on your own. Okay, so for those who are interested in the like joining the full stack web development training and internship program or the data scientist training and internship program, I'm myself one of the instructors right over there. We have instructors directly from the industry. From Amazon we have Dipen Ghoshal, we have Harshit from Google, we are having from Google we have Nandini Jalan, we are having Nikhil Bhartwal from Google as well. We are having people from Sony, Oracle, Cisco, Jio, McKinsey and Company, Morgan Stanley. So what happens in the training and internship program is it's a 2.5 to 3 months long training and internship program where you have classes, live classes every single day for 2 hours on Zoom in the evening after 7 o'clock, where these instructors will be coming to teach you guys live and you will be taught by them at the end of the day. Okay, the DSA and CP is taught by Ritik Kumar. He is top 100 in the entire world on CodeChef and Codeforces. He's top 100 in the entire world. And on LeetCode, he's 107 in the entire world. So one of the best instructors right over there. The entire program is in English itself. Okay, because these companies are directly hiring from us. So we need to provide like students like, so basically Google tells us that, okay, we will be hiring 5 people from you this particular semester. And we have to provide those number of students to Google. Now, Google cannot take up a particular person who does not know how to talk in Hindi or English. So we have to make sure that everybody is able to talk in English and we are able to provide students to these companies as well. The average package of the training and internship program that we conducted last time was 12.7 lakhs per annum for our data analyst batch, okay, data scientist batch itself. There is 2 hours of live classes 5 days a week with C++, data structures and algorithms and competitive programming being covered right over there. We have interview preparation, we have resume, LinkedIn, GitHub preparation as well. There are certifications, are basically you are having the certificate of internship at the end as well as the letter of recommendations. Okay, along with that there are 15 so there are 18 plus machine learning projects, along with that 6 plus deep learning projects. The total number of projects is above 30 inside of our data analyst training and internship program. just for the bootcamp students, the cost is 7,500 including taxes for the entire 3 months program. For the entire 3 months program, the cost is 7,500. We have kept the cost as low as possible because we are a non-profit organization. So whatever we have to pay is just the taxes that we have to pay, as well as to the instructors. Because if somebody is going to come from Google to teach you guys, they take a lot of money from us, and we don't have that kind of cash to be able to give it to them. So that is the reason why we charge 7,500. That is the reason why if you are seeing the same exact program by Scalar Academy that charges you 2.5 lakh rupees, for a 6 months program. And in that as well, the classes are every alternate day, not on a daily basis. So we take up classes on a daily basis for 3 months, and the cost of the program comes up to 7,500, including the taxes as well. So if you guys want to join, definitely do join right now. Okay, it's totally up to you. Like I said, we are a non-profit organization. Of course, we cannot afford to pay the people from Google 4 to 5 lakhs per month. It's just not practical enough for us. We are a non-profit organization, but that does not mean that we will be spending out of our own pockets. Yes, we conduct these boot camps for free because it's my own personal time that I have to give in these boot camps. That is the reason why we are able to keep this for free itself. But for the boot camps, nobody is going to come from Google or maybe from McKinsey and Company and teach you guys for 3 months every single day for 2 to 3 hours. They are going to devote their time to teach you guys live, and that is the reason we are having this particular cost. Yes, on the website it is 7,500 because this is just for the bootcamp students. 7,500 is just for the bootcamp students. I will give you the exact you can contact me on my WhatsApp number, and I will just give you the details right over there, the discount links, because like I said, it's 7,500 is just for the bootcamp students, because we need to make sure that these students are getting as much discount as possible. Okay, so I've already posted it up on the live chat. Those my WhatsApp number, those people who want to join the program, okay, because there are limited seats for data science. There are 2 batches that are going to start. One is going to start from the 30th of June. Okay, one is going to start from the 30th of June, and the other batch is going to start from the 15th of July. There will be 60 to 70 students in each batch itself. There we cannot put more students because every instructor needs to focus upon this learning aspect of the student as well. Like I said, the average placement for the entire batch previous was 12.7 lakhs per annum. The hiring partners and everything, you can go to our website, you can see the graduates and everything, you can talk to them as well. You can see the instructors, they see the hiring partners as well. If you are doing good in the class, these instructors themselves refer you to different companies. Okay, that is why yes, so for example, after every single class, the class is live on Zoom. Now when the class has ended, we provide you the recordings of that class as well. So, and you have lifetime access to those recordings, that if you are missing on a particular class, you can watch the recordings for that class and then come back again into the doubt session, ask your doubts to the instructor, get it cleared, and then continue with the live classes. Along with that, the recorded classes have lifetime access, so that if any point of time you want to revise something, you are able to do that. Okay. The next thing that you need to understand is, for example, if you are taking up the data science program, data science training and internship, then at the end of it, you will get the recordings for the full stack web development program as well. Because like I said, we are a non-profit platform. We don't want you guys to be spending money on again learning full stack. So we provide you guys the entire class recordings for full stack web development, for C++, data structures, algorithms, competitive programming, as well as for other programs that we'll be developing in the future as well. So in this particular way, you guys are able to learn and you guys are able to proceed further from there as well. Now the seats are limited. If you guys want to join it, definitely join. If you don't want to join it, no issues in that. Follow the syllabus that I've given it to you. Okay, you need to understand one thing, guys. These boot camps and everything, these are just to make sure that are you enjoying Are you enjoying data science? Do you want to continue your future in the data science program, or you want to learn data science itself or not? That is what these boot camps are for. These boot camps will not help you get placed. These are just like you are going into Baskin Robbins and getting a sample of an ice cream itself. You have to learn a lot. Like that, what I've shown you guys, there's a lot that you have to learn. You can use that syllabus, okay? You can use that syllabus and learn as much as you can. Otherwise, you can reach out to me on my WhatsApp number, and if you want to get enrolled in the data science program, it will be great to see you guys right over there as well. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Let me show you the attendance link for today. Okay, I am also one of the instructors in the data science program as well. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for the today's class. Okay, well, how much highest placement can a software engineer get in India as a fresher? Sakti, for example, for our batch, it was 60 lakhs per annum by Google. So Google gave the highest placements for our students, and yes, you can get beyond that as well, but mostly those placements are for off India. Like you will be going to maybe Germany or UK to work, and that I don't consider as as a good placement, because even though the number is high, their living cost is also very high right over there. So it's always better to take a higher package in India rather than going abroad. Okay, that is my mindset. Okay. Can a fresher apply as a full stack engineer? Yes, of course you can do that as well. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. It will be great to meet you guys again tomorrow as well. Okay, and we will continue from right over there. Is there any prerequisites for the data science program? The best thing about it is there are no prerequisites right over there. You don't have to know anything. The only thing that we expect you guys to know is English. That's it. Everything else will be taught to you from scratch in the class. So what should be your code chef star? Okay, so try to be like 4 to 5 star. Okay, that should be something that you should be aiming forward to on code chef. If you are, then move further to code forces. Okay. Are these programs after undergraduation? No, these programs are meant for people who are currently in first, second, third, fourth, and even who are freshers as well. So all these people can apply for the training and internship program. For those who want to join using the discount link, they can definitely approach me on WhatsApp, and we will help you guys out with the same. DSA with Python will do. No, Diksha, like I've already said, choose between C++ or Java. Don't choose Python. Okay, Python is a development language. You shouldn't be choosing that. Okay. Okay. Which certificates will I get in the data science events? I think so. You are talking about the program itself. So you will be getting letter of recommendation, internship completion certificate, and other certificates as well. Whatever topics that you will be learning, you will be certified for that as well. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. I've completed BE 2013. Should I start my career? Yogeshwari, you should be starting your career as soon as possible. Don't wait, okay? Why not Java in DSA? You can choose between C++ or Java. My preference is C++, but we will be giving you the option to choose between Java and C++. So don't worry about that. Is there any course on placement prep? So basically, Lalita, these programs that we have created are with only one thing in mind, that placements. That's the only thing that we have kept in mind. That's why we have mock interviews, resume building, GitHub, LinkedIn preparation, everything we have kept it inside of it, along with DSA, CP, C++, Java, as well as the projects. So an overall development, whatever a student requires for getting placed. That is why we have created these programs. Okay. Yeah, there's no age to learn coding. Okay, you just needs to start. Okay. In my college, teacher is teaching C, but along with this, learning Java is difficult. See, whatever you're learning in college, it is never going to come of any use to you. You have to learn in either C++ or Java, guys. Okay. Sir, this machine learning methods will analyze the pics in terms of pixels. Yes. So images at any point of time, you need to like, images are interpreted as matrices itself, and these matrices are nothing else but numbers, and these numbers are basically pixels. That is how it interprets them. Okay, this is how computers interpret them. Okay. I have learned Python in school, but do I need to learn Java for data analysis? You don't need to learn Java for data analysis, guys, but you need to learn either C++ or Java for DSA and CP. For DSA and CP, that's totally different. Okay. Can a student of any branch or engineering join these programs? Sanchit, that is why we have created these programs. Anybody from any college, anything can join these programs. There is, the only thing is like you need to be from a college. We do not take in students from 10th, 11th and 12th standards. That is very clear, guys. If you want to join, if you are in 10th, 11th and student, you still want to join, we need a written we need to talk to your parents first of all. Only then we allow students. If you are even paying us double, triple, we don't care about money. We never earn money from this. Everything goes to the instructors themselves or to the government. So we don't care about your money. The only thing that we care about is this useful for you or not? Okay. The certificate gave from DevTown can be shown in interview. That's right. That is the reason why we have created it. Okay. Age does not matter. We have one of the oldest members of our class was a lady. She was 64 years old, and she was currently working in, I guess so, Infosys. She was 64 years old and she joined our program. She was a very high-ranking executive in Infosys, and she joined the program itself. And we had a great talk with her as well. So it became very. So she was almost at the age of my grandma, or my grandpa. So so age is never a limit, guys. Okay. Will I get a placement? Will they see my gaps, sir? See, they only see two things. They see if you have the right knowledge and the right skill set. If you have that, then you are ready to go. Okay. So what info about what is best, product-based companies or service-based companies? Sanjesh, my thinking right over there is first learn, first practice, first create yourself to be at such a level where you are able to choose. Okay, if you are not learning anything, if you're not doing anything, then at the end of the day, you will be going not with a product-based company, but with a service-based company only. You don't have the choice to choose. First reach at that point of time, then the decision is very simple. You will just look at, okay, this particular company is paying me more, I will be going there. Okay, that is what I have done up till this point of time. What do you suggest to choose data science for 8+ years of career transition? So for these type of people, what I suggest is go with full stack. Don't go with data science. Okay. If you're having a gap in your profile, if you're having if you want to change your career from one profile to another, then choose full stack. Don't choose data science. It is very, 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 very easy to get into a good company in full stack profile, but it becomes extremely difficult to get into a good company if you are having some kind of problem with your background using data science. Okay, so my suggestion to you would be go with full stack. Okay. What will be the timing of the classes? Because we have colleges as well. Every class will be after 7 p.m. in the evening, because these instructors are currently working at various different companies. So they are working in the morning in the company, they are coming back at home and then teaching you guys. So all the classes are after 7 o'clock in the evening itself. Okay, there are 30+ projects that you will be doing, 30+ individual projects that you'll be doing in the data science program. Okay. Yes, you can use these certificates of the bootcamp in your CV. what is the highest package for a data analyst in India as a fresher? So the highest packages usually go forward to financial institutions like Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo. So these type of companies, JP Morgan and Chase, these type of companies will be paying the most for data analysts, and they range above 40 lakhs per annum itself. Okay. Yeah, if you have just joined KSET right now, or you're going to join KSET, then yes, you can join the program. Okay. So that would be my suggestion to you guys. Again, if somebody has any questions, any queries, do reach out to me on my WhatsApp number. I'll personally try to help you guys out, or someone from my team will be able to help you guys out with the entire thing. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. Again, like those who want to avail, so the discount is just for the bootcamp students. We don't give this discount anywhere else. So if you are from a discount, if you want the discount, you can definitely reach out to me as well. Okay. The placement percentage, so for 5,000 students that we had in the previous batch, we placed 4,800 students. Like we got them internships in different companies, we got them placements in different companies. So 4,800 students we were able to place at that particular point of time. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. We will definitely meet tomorrow, and definitely reach out to me on my WhatsApp number. I will help you guys out as well. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.